So we're going to talk today about how you convert units from one type to another. And the key concept of understanding is that there's always going to be a set way of converting it based on how much there is of one in one of another. And what I'm talking about with this is we're going to start with something that's simple, which is feet and inches. And you probably know that there are a total of 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Okay, and that's something that you probably remember that because you've worked with rulers enough. But so if we have 71 feet, how many inches is that? Probably it's pretty easy to figure out that what you need to do is multiply. But what I want to teach you is I want to teach you the other method of doing it, which is just to go ahead and set up a proportion. What I mean by that is we take this expression up here. We know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. If that's the case, then I'm going to look at this 71, and I'm going to put it up on top here. 71 feet is equal to how many inches? And so I'm setting up a proportion here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to now use the cross products rules, which is 12 times 71 divided by this number here, which is 1, is equal to the value of x. And this may seem pretty familiar because we did stuff like this when we were working with percentages. And what it comes up with is 852 inches. And this is the way that you'll get it right every time. You just need to make sure that the feet are on the top on both sides of the equal sign and the inches are on the bottom for both sides. So if we did this second problem here, it's now 708 inches is equal to how many feet? Well, still is 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. But now we have inches, and we're looking for how many feet that is. So that 708 goes on the bottom, up on top goes there. So in this case here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 1 times 708, and then I'm going to divide by 12. When I do that, I get the value of 59. So there's a total of 59 feet and 708 inches. And this can be used for any type of problem where you're converting units. So let's look at another couple of examples. So in this one here, we're converting cups to pints or pints to cups. And this one is a little bit less familiar, so you probably need to look it up. I know I needed to. But there's always going to be in 1 pint that is equal to 2 cups. That's just a rule. It's just a way of measuring. So when I set this up, it's going to be 1 pint over 2 cups on this side. And that's going to be equal to, this first problem here, I've got 26 cups. So I'm going to put 26 on the bottom. Now I'm looking for whatever this value is on top. Once again, I multiply this times this, 1 times 26, and I'm going to divide by the number 2. So that's going to end up being 13 pints. Again, same thing if you're doing pints to cups. Do the exact same way. Instead, though, it still is 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. And then we are looking for the amount of cups, but we know we have 38 pints. We're looking for this value here. Once again, I multiply the two numbers here, 38 times 2. I divide by the number here, 1, and what I end up with is I end up with 76 cups. Make sure to label your units as well. One more here. Here we're converting quarts to gallons. And again, you'd need the conversion, which is there is 1 gallon is going to be equal to 4 quarts. So when I write it out, I'm just going to write 1 gal for quarts. Those are the common abbreviation for that. And then what goes on the bottom here for this first problem here? 60 goes on the bottom because it's quarts. And I'm looking for the value here, x. So once again, I'm going to do 1 times 60, that's 60, divided by 4, so x is going to be equal to 15. And that's the amount of gallons that 60 quarts is equal to. I'm going to do this one also. Same idea here. It's 1 gallon. It's equal to 4 quarts. So in this case here, I have 27 gallons over x here. So the way I'm going to figure out this problem actually is, I'm going to now multiply 27 times 4, which is 108, I believe. No, it's actually not 108. Oh yeah, it is 108. Then I'm going to divide by 1. So my x value, that's just going to be equal to 108 quarts. So that's how you do it. You just make sure the right units, you've got that conversion rate here, that's what this piece is here. And then you change that into a proportion, that's what's happening here. And then you set up the proportion with the other side with the thing that you're looking for in the right place, opposite on the other side. And that's how you set them up.